Oh, we're halfway there.
That's right, we are, Nancy. We're on day 137 of our 9-month Ultimate World Cruise. Today is exactly halfway through the cruise, and we're in amazing Kuala Lumpur, where we're going to see a cave temple and what was the most technologically advanced and tallest building in the world at one time.
Welcome to Living Phase 2.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Nancy, and we're empty nesters striving to live life to the fullest.
And we're living that full life aboard Royal Caribbean's 9-month Ultimate World Cruise on Serenade of the Seas.
Yes, we are. Well, Mike, can you believe we're halfway?
I actually can't. It is flown by.
It really
137 days in sea, at ports. We've just seen some really amazing things, and no, it's gone actually very quickly.
It really has. I will tell you, I do feel a little homesick, missing the grandbabies from time to time.
Well,
but
I miss our kids too and our family. And,
I miss that too, but I really miss the grandbabies. But then on the other hand, I'm a little sad because I know kind of now we're on the downhill side of this magnificent adventure.
Yeah, and it's just going to keep moving faster and faster, and it's going to be over before we know it. But we want to thank everyone who has tuned in, who's subscribed, who's followed us along on this halfway journey. This set of videos we're doing is our scrapbook to our family, our friends, and we hope that you're enjoying it as much as we're enjoying putting it together and following along with these adventures. So thanks a lot for tuning in, and we're going to keep doing this as we go to the next 137 days. But today we're in Kuala Lumpur, and this was really quite an amazing city, actually.
This was very, very cool. It was very neat to see. We had a private guide once again, and the first place they had taken us to was the Batu Caves.
And this is going to be a place that if you're going to come to Kuala Lumpur, you're probably going to go
Have
here.
to do this. This is a must do.
It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's so recognizable. If you've ever even turned on Instagram, you've probably seen this picture of the colorful stairs and the statues and everything. So we climbed up the 270 steps all the way to the top, and then once you're inside, there's actually more steps inside the cave. So what these are a series of Hindu temples or shrines, Hindu shrines, and it's really just amazing. It's built into the rock. Really until just a few years ago, the steps were actually still out of stone, and then they added the wood ones, and then they painted them, and the painting has made it actually quite beautiful, and that's really what I think has made it even more spectacular and more Instagrammable, we'll see, is those colorful steps as you go up and down. Well, it is 270 steps, and so you take your time. And the interesting part as you're going up is there's monkeys everywhere.
Oh, there are. And they'll even jump on your back if you're not careful as you're climbing up and down those stairs. So, and you really shouldn't touch them if you can keep from it.
Right.
But
yeah, and don't reach down and unzip your bag or anything.
They'll go after it.
They've understood everything. They've learned every trick in the book. So just no eye contact. Walk on by them. If you're a few steps away, you can take pictures. That's all fine. They're used to that. But don't do anything that might make them think you have food or anything of that nature.
And one of our friends, even a monkey, tried to take her earring out of her ear. They saw the shiny and they were going for it.
Yeah.
That startled her.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep. Well, I want to say, Nancy, you did really good. I know you've been having some issues with your knees, but you made it all the way to the top. You did really good, and we got to the caves. Now, inside these caves, there, as we said, it's a series of shrines, and so you go up, and then you can actually go up to another level. Now, when you get to the middle of the cave, the center of the cave is actually collapsed. That happened a long time ago.
Sandstone that the caves kind of made out of, so it's fragile.
Yeah, and so it's open to the sky at the top, so light comes in and shines in. Quite beautiful. You see all kinds of stalactites, and I thought it was really interesting to see. Now, I thought it was also interesting. It feels like it's raining inside the cave.
It does, just from the precipitation of the humidity there, that it condenses in the cave and just creates a rain.
Yeah, so be careful. You probably are going to get wet. The floor's wet, And of course, it can be slippery too. So as you're going up and down,
waterproof hiking boots.
Yes.
So that was helpful.
Yep. And so just be ready for that, because it's a surprising amount of moisture in there. But we looked at the shrine. We looked at and really, when you go to a place like this, just pause and take in the beauty. Put the camera down a little bit. Of course, we're saying this as we're videotaping, but the part you don't see is when we do put the cameras down, and we just always take our time and try to look and take in the beauty and stand there at the top of that 270 steps and just look out upon the city and the area. Yeah. It was very beautiful. So really we can't recommend going to the Batu Caves enough. It was really nice. Now, it was a hot day.
Again, although it's not hot, the caves were very comfortable.
Yes.
They weren't cold at all. But it was just comfortable in there.
And while you're waiting to go up into the caves, make sure you're wearing sunscreen and a hat.
Absolutely.
You're in Malaysia here, and it is very hot. So.
One more thing.
Yes.
Pro tip here. Have a little token if you need to use the restroom, because they do expect a small token. And it probably could be US dollars or euros or whatever. But do have that prepared and have your toilet paper.
Well, they really do want Malaysian money, because they can't convert US change or euro change or anything like that, and unless you want to spend a full dollar or a full euro to go to the bathroom. But that we're certainly seeing that more and more through Asia, that you need to tip to go to the bathroom. So make sure you've got some local currency, and that
your guide can help you with that too. That if you don't have that just to let your guide know, and they'll help you out.
Yeah, in fact, he pooled together some money, gave one tip, and said, okay, this is for all these 6 or 8 people or whatever.
Right.
So that's a great pro tip, is have a little bit of change. And we saw that later also in some other places in India, etc., that you'll see here coming up. Well, we left the Batu Caves and we went to downtown Kuala Lumpur, and here we got to see one of the engineering marvels of the world.
Yeah, it was the Petronas, or I hope I'm pronouncing that right, the Petronas Towers.
Petronas, I believe they say.
And they are the largest twin towers that are interlinked in the world. They are, 452 meters high?
Yep, largest twin towers in the world. They were the largest building in the world until 2004, and then Taipei 101 became the tallest building in the world after that, which go back and take a look at our Taiwan video. You can see we go to the top of Taipei 101. Well, we did go to the top of the Petronas Towers. We got to go on the Sky Bridge as well.
Right. So that was just give a beautiful overlook of the city. It's just gorgeous there.
Yep. And they're actually building a taller building there in Kuala Lumpur, but it's not finished and open yet. So at this point in Malaysia, these still are the tallest buildings until that opens up, I think later this year or early next year when that one opens up. We enjoyed that a lot. I thought the structure and the design of the Petronas Towers, all the stainless steel, it just stunned me. I did not realize how much it had. But that is certainly worth the trip up to the top. Do be aware, you can't bring any selfie sticks, no backpacks. They don't want anything up the top. They do have lockers at the bottom, so you can't really bring anything up with you at the top. But once we're there, you can spend as much time as you want. We walked around, got some good pictures, and then headed back down, and we went to tour the town a little bit more. And here we went to where the two rivers, the convergence, because in the end Kuala Lumpur means muddy convergence. And we went to the area where the two rivers converge, and there is a mosque there. Masjid Jamek Sultan Abdul Samid Mosque. And I hope I said all that right, because it's a mouthful.
We're probably good at butchering names, so forgive us, friends.
So that's very famous. It's sitting right at the convergence of the rivers. And at night, they have a kind of a water show and a light show down there as well. So it's very famous. And like Nancy said, it's considered one of the top 10 waterfronts in the world. There's some street art on the buildings. Again, this would be a neat place to see at night.
That's right. I agree.
Yep. And this is the curse of doing the world cruise, right? Is just having very short amounts of time in each of these ports. And so we had to keep moving after we saw that. We went to a small market just to grab a quick lunch.
Yes. Yep. That's right. We had satay in the market there. It was kind of a little food court area that we were in. And after that, we had a chance just to poke around for a few minutes in some of the shops. And one of the things that they have a lot of is batik fabric, in case you ladies are interested in that. And it's where they actually do stamping on the batik fabric, and they use a wax, and it helps prevent the colors from bleeding into one another. But the shopping was kind of cute to poke around.
Really
we didn't
quick,
get
like
anything.
10 minutes,
we
15
didn't get
minutes.
anything. But it was time to head back to the ship, which was a good thing because the weather was really turning on us, and a downpour was upon us.
Yeah,
so
it poured rain.
It did. We actually had a good day as far as throughout the day we skipped all the rain. But then as we approached the ship, it dumped on us.
Yeah, well, luckily the gangway going up to the ship was covered, and so we didn't have any issue there. That in some of them it's wide open in a big industrial port, and in this case they had a decent port, and so we were able to stay out of the rain there.
And when we got back on the ship, they had a big cake for us in the Windjammer to celebrate the halfway point. So that was very nice.
Yeah.
And we had dinner. And then there was a headline show. It was Agnes and Matilda. They're comedy, juggler, balancing firemen. They're not really firemen. It's just part of their act. But they were very cute, and they did a nice job.
Yep, I would agree. They were kind of dad-level jokes. And
yeah,
things
it really
like that.
was.
Yeah. Well, then after that, they had a huge party in the Centrum, the halfway celebration, and they had a big ball drop balloon drop. Yeah, big balloon drop.
They said blue and green to represent the land and the sea.
Yeah.
of balloons.
So we celebrated that halfway point, and now we're on the back side of it. And we want to tell everyone thank you so much for coming along on this journey with us. Well, after the big balloon drop and some partying in the Centrum, we had to get some rest because tomorrow we're in Penang, Malaysia.
Yes.
And guess what we're going to do?
The taste of Penang.
Food tour. No. We get to see lots of different types of food and what they've done in Penang. And it ended up being a pretty good tour. And we picked up some things that even brought back to the ship with us. You'll have to tune in and see. So make sure you don't miss any of those. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Hit subscribe and turn on those notifications. We appreciate you all.
Yes, we do. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye, friends.
Bye-bye now.